Well, I'm going to be introducing here at Fountain Pen Therapy inky shorts. Yeah. On a regular basis, perhaps a couple of times a week, I'll be presenting a series of inks for your enjoyment, and so that you can be up to date with all the most recent choices that appear for sale. Right now, I'm looking at Birds of a Feather from Van Dieman's ink, a Van Dieman's ink collection, and it's the 3 shimmering inks that I would like to review for you. That's the Elegant Peacock Eye, Anna's Hummingbird Wing, and Mandarin Duck Breast. So we'll take a look at each one of those, these 3 inks today, okay, and see what that gives. What I propose is that I use 3, let me just back up here a little bit, three different types of paper just to see how these inks show up. I have my Rhodia, then I have my Life Noble Memo, and I also have my card book, which is from Kale and Leather, which essentially has Tomo River paper. By the way, I discovered these. This kind of could replace, they're a little bit small, but they could replace those swatches. You know, that's one of the things I didn't like about those ink swatch cards, was that it was thick paper, but it just doesn't give you the shading and the sheening that Tomo River paper does. So we'll check out these 3 papers, see how every ink reacts, and let's get to work. Let's take the first one, which is Elegant Peacock Eye. So that's the bottle. You can see some of the sheen. By the way, on their website, they say that we should be very careful in the way we shake these bottles up, not to cause any air bubbles, because it's the air bubbles that are not good for the pens, apparently. So just, when you do the shaking, maybe just do it, instead of, going crazy with it, just a slight little stir there, so that, there we go. Okay, that should do the trick. Okay, I'm using the folded pen. That's my favorite for swatches. Okay, so we're back. We've let them, they're basically all dry. On the Tomo River, the Elegant Peacock Eye, you can see a nice silver shimmer there with some shading and some sheening on the reddish, tintish side. Less red shows up on the Rhodia, but you can obviously see the slight shimmer. It's a modest shimmer, okay, not overwhelming. And here on the Noble paper, so it's a little more than the Rhodia. I can see the red sheen a little bit, slightly more on the Rhodia than on the Rhodia. Rhodia's less, and then of course I get my maximum on my Tomo River. So those are those 3. That's for Elegant Peacock. Now let's just put that aside. Let's bring back my little notebook. We'll take the next one on my list, which is the Anna's Hummingbird Wing. Okay, we're back with the swatches. From what I can tell, the Rhodia is the one that managed to get it dried the quickest. Then there's Tomoe River, and then there's my Noble paper here. There's still a little bit of wet spots here. If we take the Tomoe River, see some very nice, the shimmer is there, some gold shimmer, some shading, but not a lot. At least none has come through on the Tomoe River paper. I can see some shading, on the other hand, on this Noble paper, as you can see on the sides here. The shimmer doesn't come out as pungent, or as punchy, I should say. But there is some shading on my Rhodia. The shimmer is there. Very little sheen. I thought at one point I was starting to see a little bit of red sheen, but I've got to tell you there's no sheen there. Not that I can see anyway on these 3D paper. And I like the way, I got to tell you, I bought this thing, this nib. I don't know what they call it again. I'm seriously disappointed. I got to tell you, I'm not sure that I really like this. Not sure it works the way I was promised that it would. Maybe it's just the way I'm using it. I can't get used to it. I prefer, frankly, a glass nib. But having said that, we will continue. Okay, we're back with Mandarin duck breast. It's not quite dry yet. Taking a long time, I must say. On this Tomoe River, unfortunately, the reflection that the wet portions gives out kind of gives you a kind of a greenish tint. There's no green in there. Take my word for it. It's really a purple gold shimmer, and the gold shimmer gives it kind of an overall brown look, if you will. I think it's best represented on this Noble paper. As you can see, it's almost pinkish gold or rose gold, so akin to brown, if you will. So it comes out bluish purple, and then the shimmer takes over. I see very little shading. You get to see a little more of the purple in the Rhodia paper, because the sheen and the sheening and the shimmering and the shading overall is less apparent on Rhodia than it is on the 2 other papers. But that gives you an idea of these 3 beautiful inks from Van Dieman's. I think they're great inks. I've purchased several bottles lately, and I'm really enjoying them. So I hope it gives you an idea of what these 3 shimmering inks provide for you, and hopefully you can appreciate the color and see whether or not you should be adding those to your collection. So that's it. Until the next Inky Short, have and enjoy a great day. Thank you.